Sometimes animals are clearly lethal. No one's ever looked at a lion and thought it was a good idea to stroll over and give it a pat, but some creatures wear a friendly face while hiding deadly intentions. A few might even act like they've got revenge on their mind. From a tiny, vibrant frog that could wipe you out 10 times over, to a primate with habits straight out of a mafia manual, here are the 15 most dangerous land animals in the world that you definitely don't want to meet. Number 15. Black Mamba. Just hearing the name Black Mamba is enough to freak most people out. And for good reason. These snakes found across sub-Saharan Africa can grow up to 14 feet long and are insanely fast. They don't get their name from their body color, which is more of a dull brown or gray, but from the jet black inside of their mouth. That's your warning sign. Their venom is neurotoxic and deadly. Back when there was no antivenom, a bite from a black mamba was basically a death sentence. In remote areas, that's still the case. Access to treatment is often too far away. While they're not aggressive by nature, if they feel cornered, they'll attack with terrifying speed and precision. Despite the horror stories, black mambas usually avoid humans unless we invade their space. But once threatened, it doesn't hesitate. With its speed, accuracy, and venom that shuts down your nervous system fast, it's less of a bite and more of a lethal strike. Number 14. Grizzly Bear. Nothing about a grizzly bear says safe. While polar bears are the biggest and baddest, they're nothing short of cute. These massive predators are a defining presence in North America's wild terrain. They're strong enough to take down bison, fast enough to outrun a yuss, and temperamental enough to turn deadly if you stumble into their space. Grizzlies mostly live alone and spend their days foraging for everything from berries and roots to fish and large mammals. When salmon are in season, they'll devour as much as possible to build fat for the long winter sleep. Don't be fooled by their lumbering walks. Grizzlies can hit 30 miles per hour in a sprint, and if cubs are nearby or they're startled, things can go south fast. A standing grizzly is not showing off. It's sizing you up. They're iconic, powerful, and wildly unpredictable. You can't reason with one. If it sees you as a threat, you're not walking away with a story. You're not walking away at all. And you can just search on Google about how deadly these cuties can be. Number 13. Spotted Hyena. Hyenas might get mocked in cartoons, but they're not laughing out of nervousness. They're sizing you up. The spotted hyena is one of Africa's most effective carnivores. Yes, they'll scavenge, but they're just as comfortable hunting down prey themselves, and they do it with ruthless strategy. Their bite is one of the strongest among mammals, capable of crushing bones like they're nothing, but the real danger lies in numbers. A hyena alone is dangerous. A clan of them is a problem even lions avoid. With coordinated tactics and high endurance, they'll run prey down for miles and tear it apart piece by piece. Their eerie calls and whooping laughs serve as communication tools, not comic relief. And when food or territory is at stake, hyenas fight with precision and fury. They don't fight fair. They fight to win. The chaos may look random, but underneath is brutal, tactical teamwork that rarely ends in failure. They're predators with a plan, and they don't miss. If you've seen Nat Geo documentaries, you'll get what we're trying to say. Number 12. Hippopotamus. Hippos don't look like a threat until they open that huge mouth, and by then it's too late. They kill more people annually in Africa than lions, and it's not hard to see why. Their bite force is among the strongest in the animal kingdom, powerful enough to crush bone like a breadstick. They spend most of their time in water keeping cool, but step into their space and you'll regret it. Despite their size, they can run faster than you think, 19 miles per hour on land. Territorial, aggressive, and unpredictable, they'll charge boats, overturn canoes, and bite anything that gets too close. They may look like oversized cows chewing grass, but they're known to eat meat on occasion, including dead animals and sometimes even other hippos. Their grins aren't friendly. Hippos don't play. They don't warn you twice, and they don't lose when it comes to protecting their space. If one starts heading your way, you're not having a bad day, you're in real danger. Number 11. Casawary. Well, we've to say just one thing. The cassowary doesn't just resemble a dinosaur, it acts like one, native to northern Australia and parts of Papua New Guinea. This flightless bird has a reputation it's earned the hard way. Standing up to 6 inches tall and weighing as much as 130 pounds, it doesn't just look intense, it is. Its most dangerous asset is a razor-sharp inner toe claw, capable of slicing skin and muscle in one swipe. And yes, it has used that weapon to kill people. These birds don't come at you pecking. They kick, stab, and overpower. They're aggressive when cornered or startled, and once they go for the strike, it's over in seconds. That weird helmet on their head, it's called a casque. It isn't just for show, it helps them crash through thick brush like a feathered battering ram. This isn't some oddball bird you throw seed at. It's a walking, running, slashing reminder that some creatures never stopped being deadly. Number 10. Cape buffalo. The African buffalo is a heavyweight across the animal world, tipping the scales at up to 1,840 pounds. They move in massive herds, sometimes in the hundreds, and their power comes from both size and numbers. But life isn't easy for them. They're considered fair game by predators and hunters alike. Constant threat from every direction makes these buffalo nervous, twitchy, and quick to anger. That mix of anxiety, muscle, and short fuse is what makes them one of Africa's most dangerous animals. Add in those wide, brutal horns, and you've got a creature that can flatten you in seconds. They can sprint up to 37 miles per hour, and a full herd charging together, it's pure chaos. Even a pride of lions can get trampled if they're caught slipping. One buffalo alone is dangerous, massive, fast, and unpredictable. But a group? That's a wrecking crew. Hunters who go after them often don't come back in one piece, and sometimes not at all. Number 9. Komodo Dragon. This cute and beautiful lizard is not some slow, sunbathing reptile. It's a land predator with a strategy straight out of a horror film. Komodo dragons are the heaviest lizards alive, with some reaching over 300 pounds. When they eat, they can down 80% of their own body weight in one go. Their bite is venomous, but that's not even the worst part. The venom doesn't kill instantly. It weakens and paralyzes the victim over time, slowly shutting them down. And while the prey is stumbling trying to survive, the Komodo follows until it collapses, then feasts. These lizards don't care if you're alive or already rotting. If it smells meat, it's on the menu. Known to dig up human graves and scavenge bodies, they're equal parts hunter and undertaker. And if you think you can outrun one, think again. They can move fast when they want to. These aren't cartoon dragons. They're calculating, ruthless predators that don't need fire to destroy or kill. Number 8. Golden poison frog. If you ever spot a golden poison frog, do not touch it. Definitely don't kiss it. Even if it looks like a Disney prince in disguise, this tiny frog is one of the deadliest creatures on Earth. At just an inch long, it carries enough poison in its skin to kill 10 people. Found in Colombia's rainforests, this frog is still used by the Embera people to coat hunting darts, a tradition that's been alive for centuries. The toxins it secretes can shut your body down in minutes. That's why it's called a poison frog. Interestingly, the frog doesn't make the poison itself, it gets it from the beetles it eats. Scientists are studying its chemical compounds and have even developed synthetic versions that work as painkillers. So yeah, it's a deadly little frog with a pharmaceutical twist. Just keep your hands and lips far away. It may be tiny and bright, but it's carrying more venom than most snakes, and it doesn't need to bite. What do you think about this beauty? Number 7. Gorilla. When a silverback steps into the clearing, you feel it before you see it. Their presence is undeniable, calm, towering, and always on alert. Gorillas share nearly 99% of our DNA, which makes their behavior unsettlingly familiar. They form tight family units, live with structure, and use body language that's impossible to misread. Most of the time they're calm, but when provoked, they go straight into fight mode. chest pounding, stomping, growling. The warning signs are loud and clear. And if that doesn't work, they don't hold back. A fully grown gorilla has muscle density far beyond human limits, and when they attack, it's with devastating force. Biting, dragging, overpowering, they don't just defend, they dominate. In disputes between males, the violence gets even worse. Fights can last for years, breaking out over territory or dominance. It's not just strength that makes them dangerous, it's how close they are to us, mentally, emotionally, and in every primitive instinct we pretend we've outgrown. Now, just imagine you versus a good silverback gorilla, who's gonna win? Well, if you can shoot lasers, then good luck. Number 6. Inland Taipan. Australia doesn't run short on deadly creatures, but even among its infamous roster, the inland Taipon stands in a league of its own. Sometimes called the fierce snake, this reptile isn't aggressive, but its venom is an absolute nightmare. It's the most toxic snake on Earth. A single bite contains enough neurotoxins and procoagulants to kill over 100 adult humans. The venom acts fast, paralyzing muscles, destroying tissue, and shutting down organs in hours. But despite that, encounters are rare. The inland taipon is shy and stays far from populated areas, mainly slithering through arid, remote parts of Central Australia. Its bites are extremely uncommon, but if you do get bitten and medical help isn't immediate, your odds aren't good. It doesn't spit, it doesn't bluff, and it won't chase. It just strikes, does the damage, and backs off. You won't see it coming, and if you do, you're already too close. It's not the loudest killer, but it doesn't need to be. Number 5. African elephant. The African elephant is one of the most admired animals on the planet and the biggest land animal alive today. These giants can grow over 13 feet tall and weigh up to 14,000 pounds. That size alone is enough to flatten almost anything, and they're not shy about using it. Found across countries like Botswana, Kenya, and Tanzania, elephants are strong enough to knock down trees, flip vehicles, and stomp predators into the ground. But what makes them more dangerous is how smart they are. They use memory, teamwork, and experience to protect their herds. They'll communicate danger, organize defenses, and hold grudges. Despite their strength, elephants are critically endangered, mostly due to ivory poaching and shrinking habitats. But they're more than just muscle, they're a keystone species. They help shape ecosystems by digging water holes and spreading seeds. If elephants vanish, entire habitats collapse. They're strong, smart, and necessary. And when they're pushed too far, even lions don't want to be in the way. Number 4. Brazilian wandering spider. There's no web, no warning, and no room for mistakes when it comes to this spider. The beauty doesn't sit in a web waiting for lunch. It stalks the forest floor like it's hunting with intent. Active mostly at night, it ambushes insects, reptiles, and even small mammals. And if it feels provoked, it bites hard. The venom causes intense burning, sweating, blurred vision, muscle spasms, and in extreme cases, paralysis and death. What makes it worse is the uncertainty. You don't know how much venom it's releasing with each bite, and by the time symptoms kick in, treatment may be out of reach. These spiders earned their Guinness World Record title not by accident but by sheer proven toxicity. They've even wandered into homes, clothes, and shipping containers. There's no flashy color to warn you, just a fast, aggressive spider that will defend itself with no hesitation. If you step wrong, it won't miss, and it doesn't need a second strike. Number 3. Hooded Pitohi. At first glance, it's just another bird, vibrant, small, and easy to overlook. But the hooded Pitohi, found in Papua New Guinea, isn't just any bird, it's toxic. Not venomous, not aggressive, but poisonous to touch. The danger is in the feathers and skin. Scientists first figured it out after one touched his mouth after handling it and felt his lips go numb. The bird's secret weapon is batrachotoxin, the same compound that makes poison dart frogs deadly. But the Pitohi doesn't make it. The toxin comes from the beetles it eats, which means the bird stays dangerous as long as its diet keeps supplying the chemistry. Predators that try their luck get a mouthful of regret. Its bright feathers may look beautiful, but they serve a purpose, nature's way of flashing a warning. In a world full of loud squawks and harmless-looking wildlife, the Pitohi doesn't need claws or fangs. It just needs you to touch it, and you've already lost. Number 2. African lion. Well, lions aren't called king of the jungle for nothing, even though they don't actually live in jungles. What they rule is an open savanna, where strength, size, and strategy decide who eats and who doesn't. African lions are built for the hunt. Thick shoulders, powerful jaws, and a roar loud enough to shake your chest. That roar, it clocks in at around 114 decibels and travels up to 5 miles. When lions hunt, it's a coordinated strike, with lionesses doing most of the work. They chase down prey, pounce with force, and can reach 50 miles per hour in a burst. Males mostly fight, defend territory, and eat first. They're second in size only to tigers among big cats, and every part of their body is designed to take life down. Despite all the sleeping up to 20 hours a day when it's time to move, lions don't hold back. A lion at full charge isn't majestic, it's terrifying. It's not chasing dinner, it's chasing dominance. So if you see one, stay away from it. Number 1. Rhinoceros. The critically endangered African rhino is one of the most powerful animals on Earth. The few left in the wild are still heavily targeted by poachers. Their horns, made of the exact same stuff as human fingernails, are absurdly valuable in the illegal wildlife trade, despite having zero real worth. This demand has driven these animals to the edge of extinction. Where they do still roam, rhinos can be found in the grasslands and open savannas of Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Namibia. There are 2 African species, black rhinos and white rhinos, though both are, confusingly, gray. These animals are enormous, typically weighing between 1,760 and 3,090 pounds, with some recorded at over 6,300 pounds. You wouldn't want one stepping on your foot, let's just say that. With 2 serious horns and a brutally strong build, a rhino can charge straight through threats. But sadly, even with all that strength, poachers still have the upper hand, and these animals are running out of time. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.